What exactly did Jungkook say that made Jimin cry so hard in front of millions of ARMY? Why did Jungkook's apology suddenly turn the Weverse Live atmosphere into something so emotional and heartbreaking? And more surprisingly, why did Jimin immediately hug Jungkook tightly as if to say, "You're not alone"? Thousands of questions instantly flooded social media just seconds after this unexpected moment happened live. That night, the small screens in the hands of ARMYs all over the world became witnesses to an event that not only stirred hearts, but also opened a new chapter in the deeply emotional bond between two BTS members who have always appeared so strong on camera, Park Jimin and Jungkook. And unexpected that the casual live broadcast that night would turn into a stage of confession and tears. Jungkook, who initially appeared with a small smile and light jokes as usual, suddenly changed expression. His gaze lowered, his tone softened, and the words that came out of his mouth left Jimin, who was sitting beside him, visibly confused, then teary-eyed. In an instant, all the warmth of the conversation turned into a silent and meaningful atmosphere. "I want to apologize because I wasn't there for you at that time," said Jungkook in a hoarse voice, almost trembling. That sentence didn't just make Jimin lose control of his emotions. It also made millions of fans freeze on their screens, speechless. And Owen thought that such a simple apology held so much untold history behind it. Was this about their past that was never revealed to the public? Was there an event they had been hiding that finally came to light that night? What's certain is that this moment was more than just an ordinary interaction. Jungkook, with slightly teary eyes, bowed his head, as if confessing a guilt that had long weighed on his heart. And Jimin's reaction? He didn't just sob softly, he cried hard. His body shook, his face turned red, and his tears flowed uncontrollably. In a matter of seconds, Jimin moved closer and hugged Jungkook tightly. No words, only the embrace spoke. One long, meaningful hug that conveyed thousands of words that may never be said aloud. Weverse Live became quiet. Even Jungkook was silent for a while, his eyes closed, as if he was savoring the relief or even regret he had just released. This wasn't scripted drama. This was real. This was the most honest emotion they had ever shown live. Unscripted and censored, unplanned, ARMYs worldwide were torn between shock, deep empathy, and overwhelming curiosity. What did Jungkook really mean by not being there for you at that time? Was there a difficult moment Jimin faced alone and the public didn't know? Or was this about personal dynamics they had long kept private? Many ARMYs speculated that it might relate to the tough period during Jimin's emotional solo album release, where Jungkook perhaps felt he didn't provide enough direct support. Maybe he felt guilty because he was too busy with his own project, wrote one fan on Twitter, which immediately gained thousands of likes. Others suggested something deeper, that this wasn't about public events, but something more personal, older, and long buried between them. It could be old wounds from their trainee days, small misunderstandings that grew over time, or even collective trauma they experienced as BTS members under global spotlight and intense industry pressure. Whatever the reason, one thing is clear. This moment showcased the depth of Jungkook and Jimin's bond. Not just bandmates, they have become family, with all the dynamics, pain, love, and forgiveness it entails. That hug, those tears, and the apology were proof that even among the biggest stars in the world, there are human sides, fragile, honest, and sincere. After the broadcast, many ARMYs flooded social media with messages of support, not only for Jimin, who looked deeply moved, but also for Jungkook, who bravely opened up his pain publicly. Even K-pop observers and music journalists weighed in. One of them noted, "This Jikook moment on Weverse Live is one of the most honest and emotional interactions in BTS history. They teach us that honesty in friendship is truly precious." But the surprise didn't stop there. The next day, Big Hit Music released a short statement that fueled even more speculation. "We thank you for your support for Jimin and Jungkook. Our two artists are simply expressing sincere feelings for one another, and we ask for understanding and privacy regarding their personal moment." That statement only made the speculation grow. Fans began to wonder if this involved even deeper feelings. Would there be a documentary or special content to explain the moment in full? Many ARMYs admitted they cried while watching the live. "I don't know what really happened, but seeing Jimin cry like that broke my heart. They're too precious to be hurt," wrote one comment that gained 20,000 likes in just an hour. "I can't stop thinking about Jungkook's face when he said sorry. There was deep pain in his eyes," another wrote. Many also began posting fan art, slow-motion video clips, and compilations of tender Jimin Jungkook moments from past years as a tribute to their closeness. Interestingly, this wasn't the first time Jimin and Jungkook showed emotional sides toward each other. But never before had it been this intense. Never before had the world seen them embrace each other so deeply that millions of hearts felt their pain. And surely, this will go down as one of the most unforgettable moments in BTS history. A moment when the humans behind the world's biggest K-pop group showed that they too carry wounds, love, and forgiveness. Now, after the live, questions still hang. Will they clarify further? Will there be follow-ups, additional content, or even a song born from that emotional moment? Or will they choose to let that be a private memory shared publicly only once? One major lesson can be drawn from that night. The courage to apologize and the sincerity to accept that apology is the strongest language of true affection. And amid the roar of a harsh entertainment world, Jimin's hug for Jungkook and their tears have comforted millions of hearts, at least for that night. A reminder that even the brightest stars can cry, and there's nothing wrong with that. But after further investigation, the entire event described in the article above never actually happened. There was no Weverse live broadcast showing Jimin crying hard or Jungkook emotionally apologizing as reported. No video evidence, replay footage, or official statements from Big Hit Music or BTS confirm that such dramatic scenes occurred. All the narratives spreading across social media were merely exaggerated speculations by some fan accounts, fanfiction, or misleading edited videos. Some images and clips circulating on Twitter and TikTok were proven to be edited from old broadcasts, modified to appear emotional and deceptive. Even trending hashtags like #JiminCryHard and #JungkookApologizes never actually entered the official global trending topics. Big Hit Music also never released a statement addressing this issue, proving there was nothing to clarify because no real incident occurred. Therefore, the news about Jimin crying hard due to Jungkook's apology on Weverse Live can be confirmed as not true and is purely fictional content designed to attract emotional reactions and public attention. As fans, it's important to remain critical and verify information before believing or spreading it. Respect the artist's privacy and avoid consuming content that distorts facts for the sake of sensationalism.